What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey, joined today by Dan Rich, Product Development Manager for Sherwood Hockey. We have your brand new Code TMP stick. We have one of my all-time favorites, the Rekker Element 1 in front of us, and we have two distinct families between Code and Rekker. So let's talk about the differences, maybe style of player and that player's style of play that really define Code versus Rekker.
There are some real distinct differences. Obviously, the low kick point stick for us with the Rekker RE1, we've had a great deal of success with it. The performance from this stick is something that Sherwood hasn't had in many, many years. We really found a true, champion for that low kick, that player who does all of his work at the top of the blue paint, who actually will come out from the corner and actually get to a scoring area and do some damage down in those tough areas. And it's a player that actually gets the puck onto their stick quickly and off quickly. So you want to be able to get it up quickly, elevate fast, and a low kick does that for you. When we moved to the TMP family, we wanted to make sure we had a varying style. We didn't want to be cookie cutter to a low kick. We've introduced our hybrid kick. It's an extension or a further study of what we had with our Code 5, and it brought to us a little bit more velocity by adjusting the taper slightly. And this is suited for a player who actually is more of a distributor of the puck, a player who is not afraid to shoot from the top of the circles or as they come on the rush, but at the same time somebody who will go into the corners, get that puck and get it to the scoring area for a player perhaps who's using a low kick stick.
And so if I'm still not sure if I'm Code or Rekker, can you maybe supply a player's name that I could watch in the NHL to pattern my game after?
So here's a great opportunity. We've been so successful with our partnership with Alex DeBrincat using the RE1. Here's a guy who, when you see him on the rush and he gets down into those sneaky areas and shoots the puck, it comes off quick. He's able to bury it. Whenever he gets an opportunity to loose puck, it happens fast. TMP for us is that versatile player. A guy who perhaps can score a goal any way you want. You want him to off the shot, you want a deflection, you want a player who will still distribute. We've been very successful in Calgary with Matthew Tkachuk, and number 19 stirs the drink on that team. So for us, when he moves to the TMP Pro, you're going to see a player who continues along the same lines he's been right now and playing with the Code 5. When he moves to the TMP Pro, we think we'll take his game to the next level.
Now, with those two great examples of just some iconic young players that are tearing up the NHL right now, let's talk about some of the unique features and feel components difference between the Code and the Rekker.
The one thing when you go to a hybrid kick point is you've got a much longer bending arm in that hybrid kick point as opposed to the low kick. With a low kick, because you're soft at the bottom of the stick, you need some linear stiffness in the blade. So the blade would be slightly stiffer, slightly more rigid, and that would be reflected in the feel. With a hybrid kick point, because you've got that stiffness down through the bottom of the stick, you need a little bit more of an engine or a little more give or linear forgiveness in the blade to create that engine. They have to work in concert. So you'll find that it's a little bit softer feel, a little bit softer in the reception area. The I-92 in the TMP Pro also provides that. So a little softer feel in the blade of the hybrid kick point, whereas a little stiffer feel in the low kick point. There's also some interesting features in the Tactile Grip, where we go with a more linear tactile grip that's visible on the shaft of the TMP Pro, as opposed to what we call our golf ball dimple grip throughout the texture in the RE1. So a different feel again, and the shaft shape is slightly different as well. You're more traditional in the low kick in the RE1, a little more square, if you will. And then you go to a slightly larger but a more rounded corner on the TMP Pro.
So the TMP Pro has a little bit more of a controlled, benefiting shaft dimensions compared to the little bit smaller shaft dimensions of the Rekker, so you can maybe dangle a little bit better too, right?
We always say it's shooter and distributor, right? Yeah. And that's how we build our families. And I think we've managed to achieve that with these two families.
Well, it's been very exciting to watch Sherwood the last couple of years. Checking out this TMP Pro, taking some shots out here. I can tell the future's very bright and can't wait to see what the next year's Rekker line looks like too. But Dan, just wanted to say thank you so much for having us out here and walking us through the differences between the Code and the Rekkers.
Thanks to the folks at Ice Warehouse for your continued support, and look forward to big things from Sherwood coming soon.
Absolutely. And for you at home that want to keep track of those big things or want to check out the Sherwood sticks, make sure you head over to icewarehouse.com.